See if anyone else is coming. Are we ready? Okay. Good morning. I'm Janet, and I'm one of the senior students here that occasionally lead the Sunday meditation. And I've really, just so you know a little bit about myself, I've been coming here for the past 12 years. And it's really, Don Mountain has really become like a second home to me. Not just for meditation, but we have a very good community of people here. So I really enjoy it. As you know, Ann and Harvey are our main teachers, and they're usually here on Tuesdays, the first and third Tuesday of every month, to give teachings. So if you would, if you haven't had a chance to meet them and see them, they're also here on the first Sunday of each month. So keep that in mind if you would like to come on first Sundays. They give a short teaching at 10:30 in the morning, and then at 11 we have our usual meditation. We're passing around the book of names, and if anyone would like to add any names to the book, this book, we will read the names that are in the list for today at the end of our practice. And we do this in order to share any good wishes with others, because Tibetan Buddhism is really, everything we do is for the benefit of others, not just for ourselves. So this is our way of us recognizing and giving and acknowledging that others are with us. So what we're going to do today is a practice that is a basic practice in Tibetan Buddhism, which is observing our breath. And really what we're trying to do in this practice is develop our attention. We want to be attentive to the present moment, attentive to our bodies, attentive to our mind. And we want to develop this. We want to develop it not just for this moment, but so that we can do it throughout the day, to be attentive, to be in the moment, to forget whatever is in the future or in the past. And it will benefit us in developing a calmness. So how do we do this? We're going to do it by observing our breath. And we use this observance of the breath because the breath is always with us. The breath is always changing. We're either inhaling or exhaling. So it's a wonderful way also to connect with our bodies, because a lot of times during the day we are just thinking, or with our mind, or our mind goes all tangents of the present, the future, but we forget that we have our bodies. And so in observing the breath, we keep that in mind. We keep that connection between mind and body. So the practice we're doing today was actually given to us by one of our guiding teachers, which is a Lama in Tibet. And it's a practice that's good for beginners and also all seasoned practitioners. We're going to observe the breath And as you observe the breath, you're going to notice that your mind is going to wander, and that's just the natural way that the mind works. There's always going to be thoughts that arise just without us even noticing. Thoughts arise. But we want to be just aware that those thoughts are there and then just let the thought go. So as you notice that you have become lost in a thought, just say to yourself, thinking, thinking. And when we do this and we label a thought as a thought, then it's easy to just let go of that thought, let it go, and go back to observing our breath. When we observe our breath, just think of yourself being breathed in, breathed out. You can also think of the breath going to a certain area of the body that has an energy center, which is 3 finger widths below the navel, 3 finger widths deep. And this is a very basic central energy center in our body. So it's sort of good to just be kind of anchored there. And you can just sort of visualize the breath going into that area. Now we're going to do this for a few minutes. And then we're going to chant a sacred syllable, which is the syllable hung. Hung is really a syllable that is related with enlightened mind, but of course we're just going to chant it and just sort of like just feel the vibrations go through your body. And we're going to, each person will chant it at their own pace, just for a few seconds. It will naturally die down, and we'll go back to observing the breath. And we'll do this several times. Our first meditation will be about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll take a break. So let us begin. Oh, also, we have to be aware that we should have our back as straight as possible, because this allows the energies, especially the energy that is coming up here from this center, let it flow freely through our spine, because we're actually getting this energy to flow up to the top of our head. So also try to be relaxed at the same time, though. Just keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your neck relaxed, just slightly open the mouth just to keep this area relaxed. And it's important to have that relaxation. We also tend to meditate with our eyes slightly open, and this is so that we can try to keep that attention that we're practicing now within our daily lives. But if you find this too disturbing, it's okay to close your eyes. Just try it once in a while to do it that way. Okay, so let us begin. Just observe the breath as it goes in and out. If you become lost in thought, you can also say to yourself, why have I come here today? Why am I here? Go back to the breath. Let us chant Om. And go back to the breath. Let us chant home. Go back to the breath. let us chant Hung one more time. Back to the breath. So the practice we just did is a practice that you can do on your own. And if you're new to meditation, it's good to start out in short intervals. Just practice for maybe 5 minutes, and you can do it different times throughout the day. And slowly just expand the time as you feel comfortable. So we're going to take a short break now. We're passing around the Book of Names, so if you haven't had a chance to enter the names in the book, you can do it during our break. We'll take about a 10-minute break, and when we come back, we'll do another short practice before we leave. Okay. So, anyway. Through the door. So.
Dawn Mountain offers traditional Buddhist teachings primarily in the Tibetan tradition in a way that is accessible to contemporary Americans. Having studied and practiced for many years under recognized Tibetan masters, and understanding that these teachings provide a way to realize the natural state of mind that embodies profound wisdom and deep love, Anne Klein and Harvey Aronson wished to share these traditions here in the United States. As a result, they established Dawn Mountain in June 1996, based on the core belief that it is possible to cultivate a better understanding of our deepest nature, which in turn facilitates new levels of mental calm and self-acceptance.
So our inspiration really comes from our love and gratitude to our own teachers. They spent so much time and care with us over many, many years.
Kaizen Rinpoche was extraordinarily compassionate. He had a terrific sense of humor. And just his ability to be present and immediate and just there. Adzon Rinpoche is extraordinarily compassionate and grounded.
And we've had extraordinary experiences with Adzon Rinpoche, whom I met in Tibet in 96. And I've had many hours of just, one-on-one conversation, a person who has tens of thousands of students to attend to. Okay, there's this wealth of cultural wisdom in Tibet. It's encoded in texts, in practices, in rituals, in art, and many people in the West are attracted to it, and yet Westerners are Westerners. We're Westerners. We're not monastics. We may dedicate our lives to practice in our heart of hearts, but we have families, we have jobs, we have all kinds of responsibilities. So how can we communicate and really experience transformation through these practices? For that, some kind of bridging is necessary. We're also a community center, nonprofit community center, which is the hub of our work extending life skills, the life skills of cultivating calm, of cultivating ease in life, of cultivating kindness.
What did you do today that you liked?
Make the glittery thing to show your anger.
And what happened when you shook up the glittery thing?
It made me feel a little bit like I wanted to meditate in peace.
And then the Research Institute is where we look at what we can provide by way of information gained through research for the interested public. So we've mentioned that our own teachings here, which are drawn from work that we've done, our own translation work, our own study, and so forth, some of these will start appearing as pamphlets for practitioners here, and some of them will become books that will be published and will be widely available to the larger public. And I am right now in the process of gathering a team to translate a text from this tradition, which he powerfully feels, and which I also have a very, very strong wish to see translated. And we hope to do more of that. We've seen people telling us how their lives have changed, how their lives are improved, the comfort, the inspiration that they feel coming to Dawn Mountain. We really are inspired to envision a way that Dawn Mountain becomes a stable beacon and place of gathering for people who wish to practice at whatever level.
I trust the teachings. I feel in the place. I feel that I am constantly fed.
And I can feel my breathing better because of the way my legs are positioned.
How long have you been sitting like that?
I learned it when I started coming here.
And it's not only been in the spiritual sense, but also in every aspect of my daily life. I feel that I'm less stressed out. I don't get as angry or as depressed as I used to.
It's good. It teaches me how to kind of relax and be mindful and help with school and stuff like that whenever I get aggravated.
One of our projects that has come to partial fruition is that we have developed a curriculum, which is posted on our website, that explains the open matrix of what a spiritual path can be supported here at Dawn Mountain.
We've slowly become aware of the power of the media, and it is clear now that there is great interest in both our broadcasts from here, and from time to time we might be able to have broadcasts from Asia with Adzom Rinpoche or his sister Anila. Without students, there are no teachers, and without teachers, there are no students. We all dependently create one another. So we're very, very excited by the energy that is in the community. The community is alive, it is supportive, it is growing, and it really wishes to thrive, and we want to participate in that thriving in every way that we can. But we're really talking about finding a space of shared values. And if individuals share the values that we have in terms of coming to a deep appreciation of our innermost nature, then come and participate. That's the most significant thing that we can do together. Just sharing our participation is lovely and meaningful. And anything above and beyond that, by way of offering service for this community, offering financial, flows naturally. And we expect that that will just be a natural outflow for people because of that shared interest.
Okay, so we're going to do a short practice, and this time we're going to use another sacred syllable, which is a syllable ah. Ah is a very expansive sound, and what we we're going to do in this practice is really, it's a way of sharing um, all the good things that we've accumulated in doing our first practice. We're going to share it with others. And as I said at the beginning, in Tibetan Buddhism, everything we do is for the benefit of others. So this is just a way of doing that. What we're going to do, we're going to visualize. We're going to do 3 separate visualizations, and I'll explain each one as we get to it. But first, let's just start off with observing our breath for a few seconds, just to settle down. So the first time we chant Ah, we're going to visualize a white orb at the center of our chest. This white orb represents the Ah, represents all the purity and goodness that is within us. We're going to, and as we chant Ah, this white light will spread throughout our body. All the cells in our bodies will be filled with white light. Now, when we chant Ah, we're going to visualize the white light that is within us being spread to each person in this room. Each one of us will receive white light, and each one of us will send white light. This time, the white light that is here within this room is going to spread. It's going to spread to the city, the country, the planet. It will spread throughout the universe to all living beings everywhere. You're going to just recite the dedication that is on this page. page before we read the names. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. So today we dedicate our practice to, one moment, Jenny, Tomas, Mary Scott and family, victims and their families of New Zealand massacre and Ethiopian plane crash. Ann and Harvey, Don Mountain, Greg Learned, Doug Johnson, Rhonda G., Michelle and Sighai, New Zealand victims, Max and Monica, Veronica Health, Andrea and family, Daphne, Tiffany, Timothy and Paul Ryan, Kaylee and Casey, Christian, Chris, Chitty, and his mom. Okay, Barbara, Dominica, Mark, Phil, Rahim, Aaron, Sophia, Lisa, Danny, Michelle, Alex, Olivia, Milada, Pastor, Ron Koharan, Billy Satterfield and Nabardo, Kaylee Satterfield and family, Maria Geronimo and family, Marie, Christ Church victims, Kaylee, I'm not sure what it says here, Julie and family, Jackie and family, Terry Andrews and Nabardo, Siddhartha, Vasuda, Aruna, Anushri, Vivek, Pihu, Malshri for cancer, Rana Brabha, Apruva, and Palash. And let us say the aspirations on top of the prayer list. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. And let's end with the blessing. David, could you light the candle? With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise born in one enlightened mandala. So I'd like to thank all you all for coming. We have some short announcements that I'm going to have Harvey give you. Harvey is one of the founders of Down Mountain.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out on a rodeo morning. We have our first and third Tuesday teachings, which I invite you to. It's an ongoing program on wisdom. We have our third Wednesday, I think, coming up this week. Third Tuesday coming up this week. So first and third Tuesdays, we have classes at 7 p.m. We invite you all to that. We have a retreat coming up on May 3rd to 10th. That is part of a program called the Dzogchen Cycles. It's a very intensive retreat of 7 days. It will be very, very wonderful And if you're interested, there's a lot more information on that on the web. This summer, just as a preview, I was talking with somebody in the audience. We will be doing our first and third Tuesdays will be on compassion and self-compassion. So that will be a very rich program for the summer. And I think that's going to be it for right now. But thank you all for coming and have a wonderful day.
Hope to see you again. Thank you.